You should make it so that whenever someone opens a box of your injectors, it sings that Pharrell song. 'Cause I'm happy, that one.
I don't know that one.
Oh, man. Someone's got to learn him on this.
Okay, green screen technology, pop up a picture of whatever it is he's talking about right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm so young, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm sure that our viewers.
Yeah, it's because you're young, Lenny. It's because you're young.
That is really brutal. Hey guys, what's up? Lenny Reed, Dynamite Diesel Products, and I'm here with an old friend of mine, Cooper Rasmussen.
Old, easy with the old thing.
I'm trying to give you a reason to be gray and bald.
White beard.
And bald.
And bald.
You were actually a young bald guy too, though.
I wasn't. I had hair, and then my buddy Brian decided to contact my hairstylist when I went to get a haircut, and bribed her with some money if she would shave my head. And
Are you
she
serious?
did. Yeah, I sat down right up the middle, and I was like, well, okay, I guess.
Are you serious?
100%.
That is gold. There's reason I love hanging out with you two, but I actually love not hanging out with you two as well.
Yeah.
That would be why.
Yeah.
You remember the time that you bought me a coffee as I was at your shop, and you and Brian were coming back from lunch and you bought me a coffee?
Yeah, and there was a lot of coffee in it.
There was, I think you said it had 7 shots in
I
it.
had something. We went out overboard for you because we love you, little buddy.
I know.
Your heart was probably like, what the?
I drank so much caffeine that day, I actually grew an inch taller. It was amazing.
You felt like it. You were hovering.
I did end up throwing the thing away. I was like, what's wrong with this thing? But no, we have been doing business together a long time, been friends a long time.
It's been a lot of years.
Yeah.
And even before, I was working at Diesel Power Products.
Yeah, Dave Smith Motors.
Yeah, and I came over and visited you over in Monroe and saw you there. And
Circa 06.
God, that was a long time ago.
That was 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it feels like you've been over in that Idaho neck of the woods forever now. But it's been what, 10?
2015. 10 years.
10 years.
10 years this year.
Yeah.
Which was game-changing, life-changing, best thing I ever did for my own soul.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And, I feel like we used to hang out a whole heck of a lot more. This whole, being passionate about what you do, it has really consumed a lot of our time. So we don't get to hang out quite as much as we used to. But it's fun when we get back to it and we realize all the things that we've incorporated since we last talked and the growth. I mean, shoot, your growth here in the last 10 years has been nothing short of amazing. And we have, oh my gosh, since I've been with the company, we've moved 3 times to the building that we're finally in. And I remember when we moved into that building in 2000.
The new building?
Yeah, 2015
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
We joked about we're never going to outgrow this space. And just at the beginning of this last year, we 24, we had to move the warehouse to a new facility because we didn't have enough room.
So you picked up 30,000 square feet of warehouse space.
21,000.
21,000.
I mean, we could say 30,000.
Yeah. So you've got a gargantuan warehouse space.
Yes.
But you also have a pickleball court now.
Well, we realized that our shop space where we work on builds, and I say we work on builds, we work on our own stuff.
Right. Repairing stuff that you break.
We had a lot of room, and while we've found some other extracurricular things to make sure that we just keep active and moving and doing this and that. So yeah, we put a pickleball court in, and for all you people that are making fun of that right now, all I say is pick up a paddle and go check it out. Lenny's afraid. He's afraid to come over.
I know a surgeon. He's like, the best thing that's ever happened to my industry is
Pickleball.
old people playing pickleball.
Yeah, that's funny. The stats on that, well, just to add to that, Brian brought a physical therapist into the building because of it. So, it's kind of funny
that makes sense.
How that all works out. But it has been fun having you this close and being able to Yeah, talk business, talk whatever, go have fun.
Well,
get stuck in the snow, make fun of each other.
Yeah, we just did that recently.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Chappelle wanted to go out and go wheeling and catch some camera footage.
Yep.
So I had the Gladiator. You took out your Jeep. He had his Ford, and we went and mobbed the hill.
Adrian came out.
Adrian came out. Yep.
The TJ.
Adrian with the new build of his Jeep on the bigger tires, and that thing actually worked pretty good that day.
Yeah.
His Jeep always works good though. Like it's a little. He can drive good too though.
It was a fun day. That snow was deep.
I mean, if it wasn't for me leading the trail, you guys wouldn't have made it very far.
Let's be real. You didn't lead anything.
What?
Yeah, no. You were walking along with the dogs. Someone else was operating that machine because you couldn't do it as well.
All right, technically, Tina Marie, it was so deep that when me and my overweight dog, Liberty, got out of the vehicle,
It didn't get stuck anymore.
the vehicle would float much, much, much better. So, yeah, basically, Gladiator.
You removed 400 pounds from the vehicle and it worked better.
It's probably not too far off. And then, yeah, Tina Marie was able just to like idle the Jeep up the road, and I just walked behind the Jeep for miles.
That was a
It was
fun
great
day.
cardio at 4,500 feet, so, felt like I was training for a UFC fight at Big Bear
Yeah,
without the UFC or the fight.
yeah.
It was basically fighting for oxygen. So we've done some wheeling together, done a little camping together, we've done some gun shooting together, we've had birthday parties together, we've had Super Bowl parties together. I remember one Super Bowl party that the Denver Broncos, I believe, won because Bruce Zember, well, that's his team.
Yeah.
And it was his birthday, and he was super stoked that his team won that game on his birthday, and we did that upstairs in your guys' gym.
Yep.
And more to that, when I first came to town, we were leasing a little space around the corner, had half dozen employees, rebuilding, redoing, and it was amazing. It was a great time for me. But when I went to your guys' current building, the construction process is heavy underway.
Yeah.
And it was an old match factory from like 1908, right?
1920.
1920, okay. So as headaches are concerned, it gave me like an anxiety headache seeing how big the building was and how much work there was to do in that building.
Oh, yeah.
And then you and I were working out at the gym together every single morning in Coeur d'Alene.
Yep.
But you ended up getting super stupid sick for like a month.
Yeah, it was from all the dust I was knocking up
Yeah.
in the building without a dust mask or anything on.
Yeah.
That 1920s concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, got me pretty good.
You were down and out, up and down, trying to fight your way through it for better than a month.
Yeah, it was about a month.
Yeah, that was kind of a scary time because there was no reason for you to be that sick,
No.
other than just.
No, we hadn't even had COVID yet.
No,
So nobody
no.
even knew what that was.
I just suspected it was like all mirror related,
Yeah.
like
I
every
agree.
morning.
100%.
Yeah.
I had hit the legal limit of Lenny.
Whoa!
And
I meant mirror, like
that
your
was
mirror.
Oh, mirror. I
Yeah.
thought you said me.
No,
Yeah, well, the me
no.
thing makes more sense.
No, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the tallest of them all? Cooper is. Yeah, who's the prettiest? Not Cooper.
Not Lenny either.
Yeah.
This
You
is for
guys-
radio, right?
This is, well, your faces. Now, I guess in the last 10 years, like Mini Cooper
Yep.
used to be smaller than me. And then he's not so Mini Cooper anymore.
No, my son?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's gotten pretty big.
Yeah, how tall is he now?
He's about 6'2".
He's
And if he
definitely-
grows into his hair,
he'll be
he's
like
gonna be
6'9".
He'll be like 6'9".
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He definitely got my hair. Big blonde afro. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely got your hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people look at him and they're like, oh, he is the spitting image of you. Like, I know.
He looks like the spitting image of somebody from a Sunkist commercial in the like early 80s.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, I'm digging a good vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he could be the kid out running around playing volleyball on the beach.
Yeah, which will be interesting because he's heading off to the Coast Guard here in a few weeks. And he's told me I get to shave his head.
Seriously?
Yeah, and he's had that afro for
A long time.
a long time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully he's got a good looking head under there. Who knows? Haven't seen it in a long time.
Ever. Like that thing's gonna be so white.
Yeah.
Because he has very thick, very like.
Luckily for him, he doesn't. He's pretty pale complected anyway, so it's not going to stand out.
Yeah, he's going straight from like having all the UV protection to none of it, and then being in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
He's a good kid though. Like he's done you really no drama, suffering, and misery.
Oh no, they're all three of them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and now you've got 2 you just said in club volleyball.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
My
That was a cheap endeavor.
Yeah. Hey,
I remember those.
there are
days.
worse things they could be doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's true. And as parents, we all know that there are worse things.
Yeah.
But as parents that used to have kids doing all that stuff, I'm very happy to be through it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Eventually,
much easier.
I'll
to
get
live.
there, and that's when my shop will be full of project vehicles.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you call certain companies and try and get a tech guy on the phone or a tech gal on the phone, you get somebody that's reading you a brochure.
Yeah.
And when you try and get a hold of your old buddy that used to take care of your warranty issues or what have you, your old buddy no longer has that job.
Right.
And you're talking to somebody and you're just a number, and you were basically, some of these people I'm referring to are like staples of the growth of some of these companies.
Yeah, they were like synonymous. Like you'd say the name and you knew exactly who, where, and what.
Yeah. And now they're nobody special to those companies.
There's somebody new every other week.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate chain of events that's happened. But looking at, boy, I mean, I don't think we should bring out names, but there used to be the mothership of Diesel Performance Warehouses.
Right.
And it passed off the baton. Then there was a new mothership.
Yeah.
And of course, like Clean Air people attacked a lot of people.
Yeah.
And by rights, there was some stuff going on that was not supposed to ever be done.
Sure.
But then the baton's been passed on, and now
it's a ghost of what it used to be.
What frustrates me is like when I reach out to some of my old friends in this industry and I say, hey, like we've got these injectors, they don't smoke, they run great, blah, 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 blah. And I get the whole like, well, man, we just really don't do any performance. And I'm like, whoa. What do you mean by that? Well, ever since it became illegal, I'm like, no.
Performance didn't
What
become
you're
illegal.
referring to was always illegal.
Yeah.
And doing regular performance stuff if you're not removing emissions gear, you're not really messing up. So you don't have to send your customers to O'Reilly's to buy injectors when they can buy something that makes 25 to 75 horsepower and doesn't offend any opacity laws or smoke laws. Like, you're still in the good.
Or cause excessive regens.
Yes, I'm discovering from semi trucks, because we're doing some like ISX 15 and some pack car stuff. We're not really advertising it, but we've got certain clients that we do the jobs for, and those guys are seeing like DEF consumption drop by, say, 15%.
Damn.
And when you have semi trucks, that's a lot. And then they're picking up 5 or 6 tenths of miles per gallon of diesel.
Wow.
So I got one guy that owns like 25 trucks, and he's like, look, every time we do one of these trucks, it's like Merry Christmas Rick for $9,000 a year is what I'm saving.
Yeah.
So we charge him, labor to do all of the parts and modifications to the injectors. We get them straightened out, and down the road it goes. Rick's also a very seasoned trucker. The guy's 70 years old. He's been driving trucks his whole life.
Right.
And he's like, Lenny, all I can tell you is what I want to explain this in a way that when you're a trucker and you just get in a truck and it finds its groove, it's just happy.
Right.
And these later style trucks, they never find happy.
Right.
They're always like fighting themselves from going down the road.
So many nannies.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, but when you get done with the injector stuff, whatever it is you're doing, they're just happy again.
Right.
Like they just purr and they go down the road and they don't feel like they're fighting each other. They don't feel like they're fighting themselves. They just drive good. I'm like, all right, great.
Yeah.
So
Came up with $1 million idea for you.
what's that?
You should make it so that whenever someone opens a box of your injectors, it sings that Pharrell song. 'Cause I'm happy, doopy 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 doopy. That one.
I don't know that one.
Oh, man. Someone's got to learn him on this. That's $1 million. It's like a music box. 'Cause I'm happy, Yeah, that's what it should do. Yep.
Okay, green screen technology, pop up a picture of whatever it is he's talking about right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm so young, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm sure that our viewers.
Yeah, it's because you're young, Lenny. It's because you're young.
That is really brutal.
You started it.
Yeah. You know, I was young when I started this gig.
Yeah.
Like,
we all were. We still act that way.
we act immature, not young.
Yeah, I think the maturity that we have now is that instead of doing all the things that we want, we've learned that our time is finite, and the impact that we can have on this business and the people that we impact here has gotten to be that thing that kind of fills our souls, so to speak. Whereas, yeah, I still love going out and wheeling. I still love doing all those other things. And when I got into this industry, it was because I loved building trucks. I loved playing with horsepower. I loved doing all that stuff. And that's still stuff that's important to me. But when you can run a business to the point that you can impact the people that help you grow it in a big way, that's the thing that's like really exciting. And I don't know how we got off on this tangent, but being able to push the needle from the business side of things to watch everybody's lives grow, whether it be an employee buying a house or buying their first truck, or doing all the things that we did when we were kids.
Right.
That's exciting.
It's a golden opportunity for me because the
golden years.
Well,
yeah, I know, golden years.
I've had, I'm gonna guess, well over 100 young guys work for me in the past, and the personalities are different. The habits and traits are kind of the same throughout the groups. I had one guy that was like, I'm gonna leave and do some things, and I'm like, bro, let me tell you, like, I'm gonna save you 25 grand, and I'll just tell you what the next 6 to 12 months of your life looks like. And my manager Mike was in the room with us, and Mike's looking at me like, dude, what are you saying to this guy? And
they have to learn it on their own, though.
I told him, like, here's how it shakes out. Like, here's what's going to go down. And it was a year later, and he came back. Right. And I'm like, how was it? And he's like, how did you know?
Right.
Like, buddy, like, you're not the young guy. You're not the first young guy that I've ever hired.
Yeah.
Like, I did that stuff, too. I wanted to do that stuff, too. And now, apparently, I've turned into the old man with experience.
Son of a... That is quite the moniker.
It is horrible.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
I remember you saying something to me one time that was hilarious, which is, I was getting ready to do something really stupid, and you go, hey, whoa. When I become the voice of reason in the room... It's
a problem.
And I thought, for a dude that's broke as much stuff as you, I should pay attention right now. Because it's probably, I've got scars from doing stupid things that people...
And then I probably turned around right after I said that and went, yeah, you should do that.
Yeah. What's that old saying, like, experience? Good judgment comes from experience, and a lot of experience comes from bad judgment.
Right.
Yeah, like, that is so true. And the older I get, the more... Hitting back to what you were trying to say, with the young people that work here, I really care about their lives, and I want them to have good families, healthy families. If somebody needs time off, like, they get time off.
Yep.
If it's abused, then in the office we go, because I want to make sure that everybody that's in the boat is rowing the boat together.
Yep.
So when something comes up, and whether it's fun or an emergency, I want to make sure there's enough crew members in the boat that are still going to row the boat, that the boat can continue covering that person's wages and their employee benefits, while the boat does not lose momentum.
Correct.
Abusers will have a tendency to slow down the boat.
Yeah.
So, like, getting rid of the abusers and making sure that we snub that very, very quickly, so everybody's kind of held, and I hold myself to the same standards.
Well, the interesting thing is, as time goes on in the business, your employees tell you who they are real quick now. You pay attention to them, and they show it real quick. Like, we always joke at our building that the people that aren't working, the ones that are, will weed them out.
It happens.
Because they can't live up to the expectation that's set by everyone else. So it gets to be pretty simple. It's just whether or not you want to recognize it and do something about it.
Yeah. I've been at home, I've been out at the dyno, and I've had guys, I've been in Missouri, And I've had guys call me out and be like, yo, this guy's not, we got to get rid of him. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, do your thing. Like, you guys take care of it. And I come home and, you know, there's no drama. Like, it's already gone. Tools are gone. People's gone. Because, yeah, usually when you have somebody in your crew, and I feel like this is almost a counseling session for, like, people that own small businesses.
Yeah. Because it's hard. Because the thing I always get hung up on is, okay, did we do everything we could to make sure that we trained them and coached them? Or is this us just letting them go because we don't want to put the work in?
Right.
And I have those conversations with the employees that want to get rid of someone. And usually we come back to, no, we've definitely put the work in. We've tried. This isn't a isolated incidents. It's multiple times over. So, I mean, like, people get a lot of chances. I mean, I'm human. You're human. We can relate to a lot of these things, and most of the time, if we can talk it out, we'll get to a point where it makes sense to go one way or the other, and they lead us. But it's definitely not for a lack of putting the work in. And that's the hard part, because you want to see everyone succeed, and we have that wisdom, if you want to call it, from age that lets us see that potential. If they could just tweak a couple of things, but they can't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
And it starts to take everybody else down around it and starts to send the wrong message. So your hand's kind of forced.
You, as an employer, when I have an employee come to me, bring me a complaint and say, this guy or this gal is doing this, this, and this, and it's daily. Like, it's not just an isolated incident.
Yeah.
It's every single day. You know, they sit down for 60 minutes, they take their lunch, and the minute that it's time to punch back in, they grab their phone and they head to the bathroom and they're gone for 30 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Is that just today? No, it's pretty much every day.
Yeah.
All right. So then, you know, a few days go by and I'm thinking, and now I'm watching.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating the employee. The employee group is getting pissed off because they're having to row the boat for 30 minutes to cover for that guy who's abusing the situation.
Yeah.
And he's in there liking things on Facebook.
Yeah.
Not even taking care of business, right? Like, he's just in there abusing the clock. And then I got.
Have you tried giving him some prunes?
No.
Metamucil.
No, but I think I'll get some No, I just got rid of the guy. I pulled him in and was like, all right, so here's the situation. And at that point, it was like a conversation of, here's what's going on. You know, it's a bit, it's dishonest because I'm not paying you for labor or for inventory. I'm paying you for labor. So you're actually stealing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're stealing time, which I'm paying you for.
Right.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. And then it went on 2, 3, 4 more days, and I got a couple of the guys in the shop that
they're having some fun out there.
there's a lot of guys out there getting row. Then I got the guys going, hey man, it's still going on. So I show up at the end of the day and I'm like, hey, so still went on. Yeah, it did. Okay, well, I mean, what are we gonna do about it? Well, you know, and I'm like, we can't keep having the same talk, so you're going home for the week. I understand why you're not coming back. And if you're coming back, I understand that I am expecting you to not have the same situation or the same conversation with me ever again.
Yeah.
And he called me up that weekend and goes, hey man, like, I just, I'm probably just gonna find another job. And I'm like, perfect. Like,
Sweet.
I don't want you ruining the culture of my Mickey's house, right? Like, this is the Mickey house. I want to be here and have fun, but be productive. Yeah. And I don't want you ruining that culture or those ideas that the other people have. And if I let you get away with it, then the rest of the crew,
wrong message.
Every single person will get uniquely crafty about finding ways to avoid responsibility.
It's not Mickey Mouse house anymore. It's a psych ward.
It's a shit house.
Or that.
So yeah, like more on.
Did you say moron?
I did. But I wasn't even talking about you. No, just kidding.
Takes one to know one.
Birds of a feather.
Jesus.
I could like Ron Burgundy this for the next 10 minutes.
Forth.
Yeah, because 60% of the time, it works every time. My house still reeks of leather-bound books.
Rich mahogany.
Leather-bound books. I'm just kidding. Gosh. I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah, they don't make leather-bound Kindles.
don't have a Kindle. I've never had a Kindle.
No?
No, I don't read that often.
It requires reading.
Yeah, I have books. They're just not on Kindle, I guess.
Yeah.
Magazines.
They have pictures.
You know, I can read a book while driving.
Yeah.
Called audiobooks. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so your company, my company, and other companies around us, and oh shoot. What I've noticed is like grand openings and grand closings with shops, drive-in service centers, warehouses, things like that. And I've noticed that some of the key employees that have been part of a company's success, when that company falls to the wayside, if that key employee moves on to another environment, then they become very, very strong in the new environment.
Right.
And some of the weaker employees, if they stay in the industry, you see them bringing down the next place that they go to as well.
Sure.
And I've noticed that people that have zero ability to admit that there is a problem within, and that there is tuning that they could do within, and that there's things that they can improve within, those guys are the ones, if they're not willing to change, morph, the times are changing economically.
Oh, yeah.
The standards of hiring people and maintaining people's just the right for them to come to work for you, it's all changed so much. If they're not willing to change and move with times, then it's going to be very difficult to try and employ them, right?
Right.
So I guess, you know, over the course of 25 years, seeing, and that kind of falls back on that personality thing. Like you can see the way somebody treats a customer once, and you know that they're going to kind of do that every time they can get away with it.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody, you know, I've gone to Les Schwab Tire, I've gone to McDonald's or wherever, and if you see somebody that's treating people amazing, like those are the kind of guys I want to hire.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't care what they don't know.
Oh, totally. We can teach that.
Yes, every day we can teach that. But if they're treating people amazingly, the customer is the lifeblood of our business.
Yep. And
But
everybody in the business is a customer service representative,
That's
no matter
it.
what they want to think.
That's
They
it.
are the.
Yeah.
If it's a sales guy, you are the first impression of that business.
Yep.
If it's customer service, you are literally there to service the customer. It is
Shipping. The shipping
Shipping.
person is critical.
How quick can we get these things? Yeah, Amazon has set the bar
accurate-
so high that we better try and live up to it.
If you've got an amazing product and you've got a sales team that know how to sell the product correctly, but your shipping person gets the wrong product out the door,
Yep.
then it makes the entire organization look like, you know, a clown circus, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have a customer that gets the wrong thing, knows it's the wrong thing, and thinks, I kind of want to try this, in my world, it's very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Because they take a $6,000 set of injectors, turn it into an oily, gross, nasty set that doesn't work for them. And I'm like, okay, well, if this guy got that set of injectors and this guy got this set, then they just need to be swapped over. But then this guy's already thrown them in. He's like, man, this thing runs horribly. I'm like, well, flow sheets. You got flow sheets, right? Yeah. Were they what you even wanted? No. They were bigger. I thought it would be cool.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not how this game's played. Like,
Or worse, it's the wrong spray angle, and then they damaged a whole bunch of other things.
oh dear Lord. Yeah.
It's just snowballs.
And you know, you can't hurt both customers because of it. So you've got to pay to overnight red label.
Yep.
So, you know, shipping, the folks in shipping may not think they're a customer service rep, but they are a
100%.
customer service rep. The guys that are producing your product, like on my end of it anyways, if we have guys that don't care, then that product is going to slide out the door and it's going to run like nobody cared.
Yeah.
And that's when you get warranties. So if you get people that are moody, high, low, high, low, high, low, you got to smooth it out, straighten it out. Otherwise, product quality is high, product quality is low. It just follows with the moods, right? So, yeah, as my job, the more employees we've got, the more I realize that my job is just trying to maintain
Personalities. Yeah.
and extract something that's easy for them to give, because if it's hard for them to give it, they're not going to want to give it very often.
No. Yep.
Yeah, like you. Like when I try and get happiness out of you.
Oh, I'm happy all the time.
I mean, it's kind of true.
Yeah. Nobody ever hears me complain about shit.
No. You're like the really big guy on the Goonies.
Oh, shit. Let's go get some Rocky Road.
Now? Let's just buy a house in Astoria, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could sleep on the beach and which I couldn't do.
We're going to go find One-Eyed Willie's treasure.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds terrible now that I say it out loud.
Now that you've said it out loud,
Yeah.
It sounds like you're actually asking me out to a date.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, so I will admit something.
Oh, this ought to be good.
It's gonna be good. So I've wrestled a bunch of people, human beings on this planet, and I've actually felt like pretty confident in all situations.
I know where this is
except for you. Like I can picture Joe Rogan talking about Brock Lesnar.
Oh God, you need to just stop.
Brock smash. So one time we were at it was some sort of a party at Diesel Power Products.
Yep.
Yeah, and then, I was getting a ride in the back seat of my pickup truck, and you were like, no, you're staying here.
Yeah.
And we wrestled, and then you shoved me between the back seat and the front seat, pretty much face down, and I couldn't move at all, and you proceeded to tickle me. And it wasn't like...
I know, I'm violent like that.
I was like, oh dear God, I'm picturing Brock Lesnar back there, Brock smash. And I'm like, okay, this is what happens in prison. Like,
You just got to go with it.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then we wrestled at a Mexican restaurant once. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Like smashed up a bunch of chairs.
Yeah.
It's a good thing those people had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
It's usually Lenny that instigates it. I'm just
Maybe.
like, no, okay, fine, we're doing this.
And one day in like 3 feet of snow, which was clearly an advantage for you because you were able to see above the snow. Yeah, I thought that I had the advantage mechanically because I was at a lower vantage point.
Right.
And I was going to stuff you in the snow. And
Yeah.
you're pretty quick on your feet for a big guy.
3-0.
Yeah. Yeah. I do a lot of sports, like snowmobiling. I've been doing it for like 45 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm good at it.
Sure, but
I'm
it's
simply
fun.
saying that I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I try really, really, really hard.
100%.
And with mountain biking, I'm not good at it. Like when you watch young people that are good at it do it,
You're
I'm
like, God, it looks so easy.
they make that look like fun.
Yeah.
And then gravity takes over.
Yeah. Or you
And-
watch a video of you doing the same thing and you're like, that is not...
That's not near as high as that dude. and
That's
it's
not
way
how it
slower.
went in my head.
Yeah, like when they jump those big gaps and then I nose into the gap.
Right.
I'm like, why?
Because you need more speed.
And
You're
to be
going
lighter.
into it with fear. You're doubting yourself. You can't. You commit. You commit. Pedal faster. Or put that freaking e-bike up on 10.
You now I know that you've never broken ribs on a mountain bike. Because there are like
This is literally right now. People can look at you and see your golden age showing. Because a teenager would not even think twice. They would pin it to win it.
Yeah, but they bounce.
Yeah.
I go, ooh.
Their
And then I
brain
listen.
waves also don't tell them about all the potential dangers, whereas you're thinking about them before you go into it. You're set up for failure before you even start.
Surfing. It's safe. You're only going like 10.
Yeah, but they're sharks, so who wants to do that?
No, I'm not saying in the ocean.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to
got
be
it.
bait.
Wake-
That's
wake
crazy.
surf-
Yeah,
wake
wake
surfing.
surfing. Yeah.
Got ya.
Very different. Very different. Yeah, like
Yeah.
You have an internal combustion engine.
Yeah.
And it makes noise and it's pointing straight at you. You've got music that you get to control.
Yeah, frick
And
yeah.
you get to go like 10.3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
While, having a drink in your hand and just enjoying your moment.
Did you hurt yourself doing that too?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, it's not the same then, but it is a lot of fun.
I used to water ski a lot.
Oh, that'll hurt you.
Yeah, I've noticed that
Yeah.
the older I got, the heavier I got. and the worse that I got.
You're like, wow, water isn't soft.
No.
At all.
Brutally hard. The faster you go, the harder it hits.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to say. Like, it hits as hard as life when you're old.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I don't really know if there's anything more that these poor people want to hear about us. What do you do for fun? Let's hear.
Oh, what do I do for fun? I've forgotten.
Really?
No, I like to go wheeling. I like to tinker. I got a couple of projects I'm working on right now.
What are you working on? Can't wait.
I have an old 67 J10 Jeep pickup, a 2010 JKU frame.
Okay.
I'm in the process of getting the cab mounted on that right now. Working on modifying an M715 bed to shorten it up to, it'll be like a stubby little short bed. I got Super Duty axles for it.
The bed's going to be a lot like your fingers.
Yeah, short and fat.
They're unique for as big as you are, as tall as you are.
I got little fingers.
You got uniquely.
Yeah, you got bigger fingers than me.
That's wild.
I know, but I got a huge palm, so if I slap you, you're gonna feel it. But it'll be a short, stubby little M715 bed, and I have an LS 6-liter built 4L80, and then a Magnum 205 transfer case to put in it. But I kind of don't think I want to do that. Yeah, here, I'll bounce the idea off you.
Let's go.
So, in that year, you could get a V8. Yeah. But you could also get inline 6.
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking it'd be cool to put that new 3-liter baby Duramax inline 6 in there with a 10-speed auto. And because of the year it is, I could remove a lot of things. Yeah. That don't help with the efficiencies of it.
Is there tuning available for said?
There is.
Okay. So, what are you gonna do with this thing?
I'm gonna wheel the heck out of it. I'd like to put 49s on it.
Really?
Really.
49 and you feel fine.
Yeah.
49 by 21-inch IROCs.
Oh my God! I was looking at those, going, "Holy hell, those are insane."
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, I
don't know that the Super Duties axles could handle that.
I mean, as long as the vehicle's super light and you drive very gingerly, you'd probably be all right.
I would not drive gingerly.
Exactly. So
it would be relatively light.
It'll be tons of fun.
Okay, 43s.
I know that's yesterday's 37s.
Okay, 54s.
I would definitely say that you have to go 46s or 49s.
Okay. I'm
now,
still trying to figure that out.
But any man would. Any self-respecting man would definitely go 46s.
Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, minimum 46 to 49. And
I'll probably end up with 42s.
I've got to set it at the house.
Yeah. I kind of like that new.
Look at it and be like, oh, that's cute.
42-inch Nitto Trail Grappler on the 17. They just came out with that this year. That's going to be, I think, a good tire.
You lost me at 42.
Why? I think the Super Duty axles will handle it, and the way I'm building it, I'm gonna have a lot of ground clearance.
Yeah, but it's still 42s. Like I've had those for years, and they're not that great.
It's weird that we're having a conversation like 42s are small.
I remember when 40s were huge.
I remember when 35s were huge.
Yeah, but that's because you're old.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about.
In high school, 35s were
if you could fit 35s.
Under your Toyota pickup.
You're like, hell yeah, brother.
With a chrome roll bar.
Hell yeah, and KC daylighters. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, 0 to 45 miles an hour in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you pointed it up any sort of a hill,
you're
smelt
done.
It, and it was like into second gear, stuff that thing to the carpet. You could just pray for more RPM. Yeah.
I hope the hamsters live.
Yep. But it was Toyota life, so they didn't have enough power to hurt themselves.
Right.
Like, yeah. And we can make fun of those guys too. Like, we can make fun of everybody. Like, even the people in my world.
I have fun making fun of myself. I do some dumb things sometimes.
Yeah, it checks.
It's fun though. I learn. I feel like I'm doing everyone a service. Like a don't do it this way type service.
Well, I mean, that goes back to when I become the voice of reason in the room. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
I get it. Yeah.
But yes, you should definitely do that.
Yeah. It's definitely a horrible idea that you should try to pull off. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I'd probably do the V8.
Stick with the LS.
They just sound cool.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot easier to do. And at your age, like, you need to value all the time on the trail.
God.
So the less time you spend in the shop working on this thing, trying to get it like trail worthy,
Right.
the more enjoyment time you get on the trail.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, I would say that value, I mean, unless you just want to work on things.
No.
But, yeah, in my opinion, I'd say sling that V8 in there and be done with it.
It's in it.
Oh, there you go. You could drive the thing this week.
Oh no, I'm not that close.
You could hire somebody to help you.
No, that's the reason I'm doing it, is because I enjoy doing it. Come on.
I mean, we're definitely built different. I'll work on stuff that I have to work on.
Yeah.
But if I can pay Mitch to do it and it still gets done,
Yeah.
probably going to pay Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not there.
He also has.
Plus, I really enjoy it. I like trying to figure out all the little things that I've got to overcome.
Yeah, no, that's. And when I work with Mitch, like, I still have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, he does the heavy lifting and the hard stuff, but then we still have to work on the headaches together.
And you tell him what to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't have a Mitch.
I mean, I can rent them to you.
No. Can't afford it.
Did you see how many people are over 150 years old that are currently?
Oh my God,
Social
it's
Security
insane.
checks?
I kind of want to meet him.
I mean,
I want to meet him. I mean, they have experienced a lot.
actually true. Like, we think we're old and we're seasoned and experienced, but when you meet a 150-year-old,
Yeah.
like, you're gonna get all sorts of.
I mean, these guys are, Colin's looking at us a little funny. They just released a list of how many people are on Social Security, and they were going through the age groups, and there's some people that are 150 years old that are still on Social Security.
Doge Tracker is currently up to $55 billion.
Yeah.
So now let's look at the list of Social Security people.
Squirrel. Oh, you're going to be on that list if you look it up this year. Yeah, I know. It's exciting stuff.
AARP, that's you. National retirement age.
Oh God, I got a funny story for you.
Okay, tell me.
So you know Jen at our office.
Yeah.
The grandmomager is what
Cat
we call
facts.
her.
She sent me cat facts.
Yeah, I believe it.
My phone was blowing up daily with facts from random phone numbers about cats.
Yeah. Well, she's a giver like that. But she had a spill the other morning because of all the ice, and it was caught on her Ring camera.
Oh.
And speaking of AARP, she hit the ground and her watch called 911. She
Seriously?
basically life alerted herself. Yeah.
Did she break anything?
No, she's fine. Just her pride.
Huh.
It was a good one.
That's the age that we're going
I
to
was
right
like,
now.
oh, that's the thing. Like, I'm going to tell my watch that I'm like 24, so it never calls life alert for me.
Yeah. But you'll need it. Like, if you get stuck between the wall and the toilet.
If you get stuck in the back seat of a truck again, getting tickled to death, you better calm down.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Can't wait to see you leave. It's going to be great.
Yeah, you hate it when I go, but you love to watch me leave.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
I do have a swagger and some junk in the trunk.
I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, that's because it resonates.
Out. Let me read Dynamite Diesel. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Straight up bullshit
you
session.
can't put that anywhere.